But they go the second mile because of relationship. In other words, people will do more from those SGGs because you have developed good relationships with them. And you have made them develop a good relationship with the church, which is the team that God has sent to spread the gospel. Shall I read that again? We are on A, Joyce. What makes an effective team? An effective team, the foundation is success. The foundation of a successful team is a relationship, an aligned relationship. Have you got that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Why is that so? Because A of the second mile principle. This is very important. People go the first mile because of a sense of duty. People go to church because they feel, Sunday, I must go to church. It's the sense of duty. But people go the second mile on those SGGs for someone to score 300, over 300 every week. They go the second mile because of a relationship. Your relationship, you as a leader in training, your relationship with them, which makes them bond with their church, which is the team that God has assigned to fulfill the Great Commission. B, the connection principle. The connection principle. Leaders always touch a heart before they ask for a hand. That's another favorite of mine, of John Maxwell's teachings. Touch a heart before you ask for a hand. That's very loaded. Put a star there. Basically care about people's personal lives. Before you ask them to do this, you follow up this one, you call that one, you this, you that, you that. People will do it for you because they feel connected to you. Isn't it, Minister Stephen?
True.
The host principle, sin. The host principle. Good leaders always host the conversation and relationships of their lives. Let me read and then I'll explain. They initiate as a host rather than wait for others to serve them as you serve a guest. Let me give you a typical example. For you to see whether you're growing, you're making inward progress, you're becoming a leader, don't wait for people to come and talk to you. This is a typical church situation. I find many people after the service say, look like this. Huh? Nobody's talking to me, nobody talks to me. It shows me inward plateauing, inward poverty. It shows me they have not been taught that an effective team leader or a leader always acts as the host. And that's not difficult to understand. If I visit Mr. Kenari's home, his wife or his children or his family will host me. Okay? They'll run around, they'll make sure I'm comfortable. They're initiating. So being a host means you initiate. They initiate. If, let's say, I'm very quiet, they'll initiate conversation to make sure that in the lounge, in the sitting room, it doesn't become uncomfortable, isn't it? They are hosting the relationship. So that's how we should be as growing leaders. We host, especially the new people, even the old people that seem to be aloof. Don't be aloof together with them. Be the host. Don't go to church and be a guest. And in your home church setting, just take that example. Make sure everybody's comfortable. everybody has a seat, at least the adults have a seat, the children, are sitting, make sure, even if there aren't enough seats. I don't know how, you know what to do at home when you're hosting. You take charge, you take responsibility for making sure that it's a successful relationship, even if it's a 5-minute encounter, So even in your home church, make sure there's no uncomfortable silences, people are fidgeting, other people they don't know, because they're not used to each other. You are the host. So always make sure if you're gifted with jokes, which I pray one day I'll also be gifted. Make people joke, make people laugh, and so on and so on. Just be the host, be a good host. So when you do that, you become a good leader because people want to come back. So continually evaluate yourself. As a team, do we care for one another? In other words, do we go the second mile for each other? Do we feel connected to one another? As a team, that's what you must teach your team, those 3 or those 11. We must be the host. By the time the 30 come, they must find these 11 as effective hosts. You're understanding, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, number 2. An effective team knows, look, it's coming back again, and practices what is important. So, in our case, what are your team's top 3 priorities? In our case, let's say as HPMI. What are our top 3 priorities? Just from what you know or from what I've said today or any other time, what are our top 3 priorities? Which you are going to also implement in your home church. What will be your top 3 priorities? Yes, that's why we exist, the Great Commission. So many. What is our next priority? After we've won the soul, do we leave the soul to die? We disciple them. Which means we train, we instruct, we guide, we care, we coach, and so on. After discipling, do we disciple to keep followers?
Leaders.
Leaders. Okay. We raise workers. We raise champions. That is the vision. Those are our top 3 priorities. But as you can see, there's a lot more to discipleship that we've just been talking about, isn't it? There's relationship building, there's training, there's equipping, there's envisioning, there's all these things. So, how we have stated as an HPMI team, how we've stated our top 3 priorities, we developed right from the foundation of the church what we called, I guess because we are privileged to also have been corporate leaders. In the corporate world, they talk about key result areas, where as an institution or as an organization, you ask yourself, what are the key things that we want to see results, measure results? So as HPMI, we have 5 key results areas, which you will see are related to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does anybody want to try? Our HPMI key results areas. In other words, it starts like this, or you can use a sentence like this. As a church, as HPMI church, we exist to produce the following results. We exist to do what? To grow. To grow spiritually. And like I've been repeating, when we grow spiritually, when we no longer have spiritual poverty, we automatically reproduce. To grow spiritually, and automatically we grow in numbers. So if you're growing spiritually, this is what you're doing. You're winning souls, you're discipling, you are building relationships, and you're growing spiritually, you are raising workers. And in the process, the church automatically grows. What is the second key result area of HPMI? To grow spiritually and in numbers, and to raise leaders. To raise leaders, to contain the growth, or to hold the growth. It's called capacity building, which is what we are doing.
And it's also for the pillars of society, isn't it?
Yes, very good. To raise leaders, let me say before verse 7.